Hey, it's Rob. Welcome to Axel's Garage. As you can see, it's raining, and as soon as I got all set up to do this video, the sky opened up again. It's been raining on and off, and I thought I had enough of a break where I could get this done, and I'm going to get it done because I need to get it done. So, we had a 5-volt reference short and an oil leak together, and we did that in a previous video, chasing down that 5-volt reference short, and what it turned out to be was our oil pressure sending switch. And I have here a Duralast. I will link one of these that's a lot less money in the description below, because I bought that when we were away on vacation thinking that I might have to change it, and all I wound up doing was unplugging it to get us home. So now that we're home, we want to fix it. All right, here's your oil pressure sending switch. It usually has some kind of goo on it. I put a little more Teflon tape on the end, and it's got a double crush washer on it, and this is going to screw into the back of the block behind the intake manifold. It's kind of a blind job that you're going to be doing, and a lot of times when they fail, they'll give you a bad reading. It's usually they're going to peg out high. It's been my experience in 2 of these type of vehicles that we've owned over the years. When they went bad, they pegged all the way high and changed it, and that solved the problem. In this particular vehicle, what happened was the oil is supposed to go into here, and there's some kind of spring resistor mechanism magic that goes on inside, and it's got 3 little wires. There's a harness that plugs on it, and it converts whatever, I guess, the spring pressure is pushing against it into a reading that the gauge could read PSI. But what happens sometimes is there will be a failure internally, and oil will leak through this into the electrical connector, and that's what happened in our case. So the oil leaked into the electrical connector, shorted that out. That gave us our 5-volt reference short, which screwed up other systems in the truck and made it almost undrivable. So we had it unplugged, and it's been unplugged, and of course now the gauge just reads 0, but the 5-volt reference circuit is now intact because we took the short away and we've been driving it. So what did we have? We had an oil leak and we had a 5-volt reference problem. So we want to fix this because we might have to use it again on another trip soon. So pretty much all you need to do is unplug the harness, unscrew this one, and screw back in the new one. It is a 1.16" socket that you're going to need on it, and they do sell sockets specifically for these, and I think some of the sockets that they sell is like a universal. It's a 1" and a 1 1/16 in the same socket somehow, and it slides over, so you got to use a deep socket. And because of the location of these, a swivel or a wobble extension is usually helpful as well. You're going to take this, you're going to go in, it's sort of going in blind. I'll see if I can fish the camera back there, but you're just going to go in, you're going to unscrew it, and then you're going to grab the new one, you're going to fish your hand back down there, find the hole, start it, and then tighten it back down, get it good and snug, plug your electrical wire back in, and you'll be good to go. For us, we need to spray our connector out with some contact cleaner because it is all full of oil from the oil leak that went through. All right, so with our cover removed, we come back right in this vicinity here, and I'm going to take this mirror and see if I could fish the mirror down so that you can see the sending switch. All right, that's not working. So let's see if I can get the camera in there so you can see the sending switch. Let me take the mic off just to make it a little smaller. Now you're on the regular mic, so I apologize if it sounds like crap. All right, I have to take the light off also. All right. Well, I tried my best, but it's going to be pretty much down here. So, looking at it, you got this your brake booster hose that comes around. You're going to go in like that, and that's where you're going to find it, right down in there. I just can't get the camera in there so that you can see it, but it's going to be sitting facing up, and we're just going to get it out now. Alright, so seeing how I have the wrench in here should give you a better idea of where it is. guess that's, oh, look at that. And I could find, now that I got the wrench on it, I could find an exact angle down to it. But that's where you're looking to go. So I have a deep socket, a swivel, a step-down adapter, and a 6-inch extension. It looks like I'm right on it nice. You should be able to see the top of the new one right there. You pretty much have to go in blind, feel for the hole, and start it by hand, and then slip the socket over and tighten it down. All right, so now I have some contact cleaner. I'm gonna try to grab that wire harness. There it is right there. And I'm gonna give it a nice blast of contact cleaner to hopefully get the oil out. Man, can't get the right thing in. There we go. All right, so I sprayed it down with the contact cleaner. I'll let that kind of dry off. And then hopefully I could snake back down there for the last time and plug it in. You gotta be like a contortionist for this job. Get it plugged in, and hopefully we got it cleaned out enough where it won't short out my 5-volt reference. I'll know right away when I start the car up if it's shorted out, that's for sure. Now I have one of my lights, of course, slid down in the back. I'm gonna have to try to fish that out next. All right, so of course the farther I went, the rainier it got, and now it's completely pouring, but I got it in. Got the electrical connector on, fished my light out from the bottom. All I gotta do is put the engine cover on and we should be good to go. All right, so what I did do was top off my oil, brought it right up to the max fill line so that I could see whether or not I'm leaking any more oil. This truck doesn't have any tendency to burn oil, so I'll be able to, keep an eye on it for the next couple of days, see if I see a drip in the street or if I drop my oil level. But hopefully now I can start it up. I won't have a 5-volt reference issue and the truck should run fine. Nice and smooth. I did hit the horn. That was me. My arm on the horn trying to start it. Nice and smooth. Everything's fixed. A little bit of a pain in the ass reaching back there, but not a hard job at all. You just gotta locate where it is, and when you put the new one in, you gotta feel around by hand. You're really doing it blind. If you could use a mirror, if you have a mirror that's big enough where you get a good angle on it and you can see, it makes it even easier. But put it in, snug it up, plug that plug in, and that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll link everything down in the description below, and give me your comments, concerns, questions, and as always, thanks for watching.